All right, let's see what we've got here. He said he's got a Mosin like I haven't seen before. Oh, is it an Obrez? No, it's too long. It's full size. Let's see. What in the name of Sergei Ivanovich Mosin is this? Oh no. Welcome back to the channel, 10 members. Today's video is a more interesting one. For those of you that are less familiar with older firearms, this is a Russian M1891 Mosin Nagant, the Mosin rifle. As the rifle's designation suggests, this went into service in 1891. It is a 5-round bolt action rifle chambered in 7.62 by 54R, the R standing for rimmed. This is the very popular 7.62 by 39 cartridge used in AK-47s, AKMs. This is the 7.62 by 54R. This is a much more significant round than the 7.62 by 39. And despite its age, it is still in service today. Side note, as somebody pointed out in a previous video, this is why I will refer to my AK ammo as 7.62 by 39, so as to differentiate it between 7.62 by 54R and 7.62 by 51. I didn't think that that needed to be explained, but here we are. Now, as the intro suggests, I'm not really here to do a rundown, a breakdown of the Mosin rifle. I actually just got it out as a comparison reference to this interesting firearm that is on loan to me from a very good friend. As always, thank you. Though I've learned a few things about this that are making me a little nervous, and we'll get to that in just a minute. For tradition's sake here, no magazine, empty chamber. This is, honestly, I don't know what to call this, and maybe everyone that watches this can help with it. The core of this rifle, the barrel, the receiver, the trigger, all of the internals are from a 1941 Mosin rifle. Now, I don't know the story on the donor rifle for this. However, the core of this rifle was put onto an Archangel stock. But we didn't just stop at replacing the stock with a more precision rifle style stock. It has a tactical optical rail added. We have quite the optic that has been custom painted to match the Archangel stock. The original iron sights, while still present on the barrel, are completely useless. It has a lower Picatinny rail set up for a bipod, and there has been not an insignificant amount of customization of the original hardware so that it works with this setup. It honestly feels like the ship of Theseus. First off, the bolt has actually gone through a bit of a redesign. As you can see on the unmolested Mosin here, the bolt handle sticks out perpendicular from the rifle. Whereas on the Archangel, the bolt sticking straight out perpendicular from the frame would not work. It would start here, and then it would be rotating straight up into the scope. So to overcome that, my friend that built this completely cut off the bolt handle and attached a new one at, I'm gonna say, at a 70-degree angle down, so that when it is up to release the bolt, it just barely misses that scope. And you know what? It doesn't feel bad. I will say that I've noticed that the stock has been etched so that there is space for the bolt handle to go all the way down, and so that it actually locks into battery. The modification to the bolt did not stop at the bolt handle. There has been a little bit of grinding down on the safety on the back of the bolt so that it would actually fit into the Archangel stock. Now, I'm not sure why that had to be done, because this stock was specifically designed for the Mosin rifle. Safety, where we're going, we don't need a safety. Now, whereas the true Mosin rifle could hold 5 rounds in the magazine, the Archangel body kit, I think I'm just gonna call it a body kit, uses external swappable magazines that hold 10 rounds, something that's superior to the original Mosin. And as you can see, it just slides right in like many rifles. And then if you just pull it back out without loading around into the chamber, apparently it just falls right out. Let's see if I can replicate that. Oh yeah, that's a feature. One thing that has not changed on this rifle that I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't work over at all is the trigger. So I guess in general then we're left with just talking about some of the stock features, besides adding a detachable magazine, the Picatinny on the top and on the bottom. Something I really like about this gun, the cheek riser is completely adjustable, as is the butt of the buttstock. It isn't a one size fits all, or more accurately, all persons have to adapt to the same design. It is actually very comfortable to shoulder. One thing I noticed when I was going over the rifle, it's not exactly easy to get the bolt out. The cheek riser's in the way. That makes it a little inconvenient if you need to pull the bolt out. Yeah, that's a little bit of an oversight on this configuration. Overall, having not yet shot this, we're gonna get going in just a minute, I really do like the feel of it. It feels like an excellent firearm. It's just weird. I did not expect to be given a precision rifle that was based around a Mosin Nagant. So now we get into the fun part of this video. I was told as it was dropped off that I will be the first person to ever shoot this. This was built years ago, and it has not been shot. That doesn't really give me the warm and fuzzies inside. Okay, we are at the range. I've got my target up back there. I'm gonna start out just at the 50 here, knowing that this gun hasn't been shot since it was put into the new stock. I'm going to assume that that scope is not zeroed. So we're gonna start here. It's actually closer to the range officer station, so if something should happen, I'm closer. So gonna get the GoPro set up and we'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna single load this for now. I think that shot really low. You know, it's really loud, but oh no, buddy, that's no good. There's no way that's gonna hold any sort of zero. And I don't have the tools. I don't have my range bag with me. Just have a med kit. All right, I'm feeling pretty confident this thing's not gonna blow up on me now, so we'll use one of the magazines. Oof. Okay. Oh hey, I did hit. I'm just kidding. That's no. I did actually hit a couple times, so it is shooting really low. So we'll bring that up, and I was shooting dead center, so we'll bring that up and to the right, and we'll see how we do here. That is unfortunate. I can already hear you in the comment section. Just fix it. It is seized up on there, and I do not have any tools with me, which is a damn shame, but yeah. And it's also rotating. Gosh. Honestly, the grouping isn't terrible. I'm gonna try and put one dead center here. Did not work. Last shot. Got it. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I told you I was going to try and get one dead center before I was done. That was the very last shot. I just aimed about here. You can see I walked it up a bit. Honestly, that's a pretty tight grouping. Yeah, only 50 yards, but given the circumstances with the scope and who knows what kind of ammo that is. Yeah, I'm gonna just pack up and we're gonna head back to the den and we'll do some final thoughts. All right, well, I talked to my friend on the way back from the range and I told him, congratulations, your abomination didn't kill me. And he responded back by saying he was nervous. Now, my friend has quite the ability of keeping a straight face when BSing a person. So I'm choosing to believe that he was just making a joke. Final thoughts. I'm deeming this a cursed Mosin. I am deeming this a cursed gun. You know, at the range, I was saying that, you know, I still like the idea of this and it is functional. I think that my definition of functionality at the range was really just limited to whether it is able to strip around from the magazine, load it into the battery, lock, and then fire, and then repeat. This angle for the grip is honestly not that comfortable. Sitting here, just casually handling the rifle, it is comfortable. But when you're sitting there for a period of time, it feels awkward. And maybe that's just my own grip. Something I noticed after the fact, the bolt handle is now loose. So that needs to be tightened down. I would probably say some Loctite. I have learned that no matter what rifle I take out, if it's mine or someone else's or some rifle that I'm demoing, if it has a scope or an optic, I need to take the tools just to tighten that back down. So I'm gonna have to start taking my range bag with my Torx bits because this is inexcusable and I can take responsibility in part for that. You know, I did check it before I was shooting, before I took it out, and it did seem secure, but it has clearly worked its way well forward in the mounting system. I like the idea that it took something that was designed in 1891 and it made it look like a modern firearm, and moreover, function like a modern firearm. However, I think the overall result could have been achieved in a better fashion. We've got to do some work on getting the scope tightened down, buttoned up, need to have a more secure way of having this bolt handle on, whether that's just Loctiting that bolt, the bolt holding the bolt handle to the bolt. And if I'm honest, I'm not truly sold on the Archangel stock itself, mainly because I don't know if I really care for how it fits my own hand. Other people might like it better than I do, but it just feels like I'm just a little scrunched up here. Yep, that's my final verdict. I'm going to call this gun cursed. Sound off in the comment section what you think of this modernized Mosin, whether you think it's cursed, if you like the idea, if you like the final product, if you would own this, or if you think you could do better. Would you run this? Would you own this in your arsenal? To my friend, thank you for letting me borrow this. I'm not hating on the gun. I did enjoy shooting it, and I'd love to shoot it again sometime, but I don't think it's something that I would want in my own arsenal. Well, that's going to do it for this video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider hitting the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Phantom Llama's Den and hit that bell icon to get notifications on future content. If you haven't already followed us over on Twitter, you should. As always, don't take life too seriously and make it a great day.